Okay, there's the camera.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Thank you.
This is live from Barcelona.
Hey. Yeah, I can't believe it. I'm 70 years old today.
Really?
It's amazing. Yeah.
Is it
Flipped
70?
me out. Yeah, 70 years old. 70.
Yes.
Whoa.
Marica.
Man, I never thought I'd make it this long, you know? And I'm in good shape, good health, more or less. I mean, had a long walk today. Long walk.
But we had two fantastic weeks in California together.
Oh, man, it was good. Actually, yeah. It was 17 days with travel. That's quite a while to put up with this guy here.
Yeah, definitely. I must say, you're going to become holy very soon.
Yeah, but it was really cool because we saw a lot of things there and met a lot of people. We went on the Humboldt Seed Company's pheno hunt.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you that was amazing. I was amazed to see how well everybody's getting along. They participate together and they're all going up together. That's works for me.
Yeah, and it's so nice to see sun-grown, outdoors, legal cannabis. It's very inspiring. And and then we also visited Atlas. We hanged out with Jeff and Star Hergenthaler. Jeff was one of the doctors of Proposition 215. So the spark of California medical cannabis.
Yeah.
Together then with Clint and Donald Abrams.
He was head of the oncology unit. Yeah.
Exactly, San Francisco Clinical Hospital. Then we were hanging out with Atlas Seeds, I mentioned.
Yeah.
Beautiful gardens also.
And then the ones, Sonoma Hill Farm.
Sonoma Hill Farms, unforgettable as part of the Pheno Hunt tour.
Yeah.
I also love the Wild Leaf.
Yeah.
Also, in Grass Valley.
Oh man, that was killer. Those two young guys, they just did really well.
Yes, I really love that vibe. Purist Extraction Labs. That was really funny.
Those things are great.
Yes.
The vapes they have, those things really work well. I mean, it tastes just like the plant, just like the original plant. It's like
fresh frozen.
Fresh frozen is like live resin. It's like the best. I was really impressed. Absolutely. And it's stable for a long time too.
Absolutely. And look, we have so we don't really, it's all kind of improvised. We have a little terrace here with some guests. The people from Fast Buds are here already. We're going to introduce them shortly. Other people are coming from the area of Barcelona, and then we have some friends connecting. We tried to create a schedule and it didn't work, so we're gonna improvise like we are used to do. And so fantastic. And there's also an email. There's a lot of people that want to send their birthday greetings to you, and so in that I'm going to show the email where community@jorgecervantes.com, where you can send your, we'll be receiving all kind of pictures with books, pictures from 20 years ago, pictures from last year, picture from Cannabis, from California, from Italy. I've seen a bit of everything.
Yeah, and this one, I don't know, can you say, okay, this photo right here, I don't know, that it has over like 3,000 likes and over.
Yeah, your selfie from this morning.
Yes. Yeah, that was just from this morning, 5-6 hours ago. And I can't tell how many commentaries, but a lot of people saw it. Yes. And it was really nice. Thanks so much for everybody for wishing me happy birthday. Really appreciate it.
Yes. And then the other thing we have is you can also comment directly here in YouTube, and if technology is on our side, we should be able to say, okay, someone is complaining about the weather in the UK, while some others are saying happy birthday. This is Jason Roach, and I see we have a friend connecting now, Tom Alex.
Tom Alex. Okay, let me see.
Yes.
Is there do I have a face there?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Alex, how you doing?
Happy birthday.
Hey, thanks so much. Much.
Welcome to the 70-year-old club.
For people that don't know you, this is my good friend Tom Alexander, who started Sing to Me a Tips way back in the early 80s. And then it was a magazine. It was the only magazine that competed with High Times at the time. And then later, after Green Merchant, you started Growing Edge magazine. Yeah, yeah. And we've been friends for like, geez, the last 40 years. Really. Yeah, it's pretty great to see you.
We had a good reunion in San Francisco when we were out here 10 days ago.
Oh man, that was a good time. It's like old times when we when we went to the Moscone Center for the first time.
Yeah.
That was
Long
way,
time.
way early. Yeah, yeah, yeah. ¿Cómo se sube esto? O sea, el volumen. Se sube hasta está al máximo. Venga. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, just had to make up.
I'm only going to be with you for a little while. I got to go to work.
Okay, no worries, mate. No worries. Yeah, it's like a quarter after 6 here, 10, 15 after 6 now. So yeah, it's afternoon. We're just sitting here watching the airplanes come in. But
David
can't believe
Tatelman's
we're.
trying to get in.
Pardon?
Tatelman messaged me. He's trying to get in. He said.
Oh, good, good, good. I'd love to talk to David. Where's David? Oye, cómo se agrega gente aquí? O sea, hay otro que quiere entrar y no lo sé. Estamos buscando. We're looking for the guy. It's funny, the camera's up here and I see you down here. That's why I'm looking down all the time. But yeah, because I mean the computer's here. We got a camera. The terraza's over there. But he's getting Stefan so we can figure out how to add somebody. Okay, I just looking at. Oh, okay. Ya veo.
Birthday.
George, I gotta go. Happy birthday.
Ya veo. Venga, venga, muy bien. ¿Quién
Happy
es
birthday,
el?
Jorge.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm talking to my old friend here, Tom Alexander.
Right on.
I think the coverage is bad. Let me put just two people on. I think it works best that way. Lo he quitado para que. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it was great hanging out in San Francisco. I loved it. It was good seeing Mark and Wendover and David. All of these guys are old stoner friends of ours. Well, everybody's been had quite a professional life actually. Yeah. Yeah, God, some 40 years. Amazing.
Well,
so many memories.
Have a happy birthday. I'm sure you're going to light a few up. And many more.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Thanks so much, Alex. Really appreciate it. I'll see you soon. Ciao, ciao. And I'll talk to David. I don't know if tell David. Ahí está Alex. Me voy a cambiar el sitio. Sí, el otro. Ya viene más gente. Oh, ya viene el Tony. Viene el, no, Tony from Israel is coming. Yeah, so yeah, this is great. The people are just starting to show up. Tony's from Israel. He started quite a few things over there. Yeah, quite a big garden. Actually, we met here in Barcelona when he started the company here. And here he is. Hey, Tony, how you doing? Good to see you.
It's your birthday.
Yeah. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. All right. Well, here, sit down and say hey to everybody.
Hello, everyone.
So yeah, here's the camera up here. So Tony, my old buddy Tony Levy, how long what have you been doing lately? I mean, he just showed up in town, so this is really nice to see him.
So since we spoke last, we came back to Israel and we started with Steve Abud,
Right,
Trico.
right.
And right now we've been working hard and growing a lot of cannabis and selling it at the local market.
Cool. Well, this recent news, does that affect your production?
Unfortunately, it does. I got called you today that almost a third of our team is being recruited, and situation is not nice. But I hope that we'll get through it.
Okay. Well,
But anyways, it was
hey, we've had hard times before.
yeah.
And how about things in Colombia? Because we know each other from Colombia too.
Exactly.
Both of us were working there, and you've got also endeavors going there.
So Colombia, as far as I know, they're still struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, what I think makes it still hard is the absence of local market.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of production, but there is no really existing market to export to. And exporting cannabis is still quite difficult because it's still a controlled substance.
Right.
And I think this is what damaged most the Colombian industry. I actually had a delegation from Argentina 3 weeks ago coming to visit our facility. And the regulator, and what I told them, if you're going to do it right, make sure that you create a local market.
Yeah.
Make sure that you take care of your own patients.
It's so different there. The pharmaceutical companies have such a grip on that.
Yeah.
They really do, and they're not going to give up much. And the same like in the United States and most countries. They've had plenty of time to change the world. So we've got to, go against that, really.
Yeah. As I explained them, it is a substance that is going to be introduced to the society. If they want it or not, it's already being done. They have the opportunity to do it right.
Yeah.
Where they fail with tobacco, where they fail with alcohol, educate the people, make programs for risk reduction, help people, make it right. And I hope they'll do it.
I don't know. It's pretty difficult there. ¿Cómo hago esto? Does that make a difference? No. Okay. Things happen. I want to make sure. I got to turn on the AC here.
Yes.
Can we turn on the air conditioner here?
Definitely.
There we go. Cool. Déjalo a mí porque hay que tocarlo dos veces.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Perfect. Yeah. So, oh God, this is amazing. So my lovely wife is over here putting up decorations right now.
The view is amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's a good view from here. I'd rather not show it on camera, so people. It's just the thing. Yeah, it's a real good view. It always. It's nice to wake up here.
Definitely.
It's real nice to wake up here.
So you've been traveling a lot lately.
Yeah. Well, over to America. I went with Stefan. It was great over there. They have so many things going on, and the smart guys are doing really, really well. They're tapped into the universities, and they're actually doing tests.
It's amazing.
And
it's about
responding to the tests.
Actually, it's about time that universities step in and start studying.
Totally.
I still feel a bit ridiculous, that we do know that there is an endocannabinoid system, but there's no any course in any medicine school about endocannabinoid system or endocannabinoid, like Raquel said. No?
Well, no, they're working on it, but I'll tell you, it takes a while for things to change.
Yeah.
I just look at it from the agricultural point of view in America, and there's like 50 land grant schools, 50 schools that were given, in each state that's all about agriculture. And that's what they do. They promote agriculture, and there's a whole system. Well, the chemical companies have already network of people, and it's the easiest way to get information out. But there's a lot of kids that grew up and they're really smart now. They've got doctor's degrees in, like microbiology and stuff. And, and they like cannabis. So they're not really affected by the big chemical companies. They're looking at different things than most people have in the past. And there's a whole lot of those guys are on our side. Some people are just only into hemp, but specifically when you get to California and Oregon, they look. I mean, they're looking really hard at drug cannabis and different factors. And now they're looking. Well, they're working with tree ploids, and so that completely changes everything because first it takes several generations to work or several years, not just generations, but several years to work them up and get something that's worthwhile and that actually does produce more and produces it consistently. And we're going to see that in the next year, 2 years. I mean, it's to me, it's pretty darn exciting because we're catching up with all the flowers and vegetables,
Again, also for us as a production facility, I think it's one part of the difficulties that we're still having is getting all these varieties and understand how they grow in our facility, And once you have something that is more standardized, as you said, it's going to be much easier.
Yeah, because everybody, just keep coming up with a new name and stuff. I mean, if you look at the genetics behind stuff, when over in Switzerland, I had was Stefan too, had an opportunity to visit a lab over there, and you could see like 5 generations down, it's an algorithm, but 5 generations down where there was hidden genes, and there were like recessive genes that would pair with other recessive genes, and you don't see the suckers for 5 generations, and you got to get that stuff. And there's a lot of stuff like that that's like really buried in the cannabis genetics that we see today. A lot of work needs to be done that way.
And I think now with legality and technology, it's going to be done much faster than it would have done lately, and maybe we can catch up with all this knowledge.
So true. So true. So true.
Thanks.
Coca-Cola, apple?
Maybe.
Yes.
I got you.
We have more people connected. If you want to take a little tour in the terrace.
Yeah.
Connect more people with Jorge.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being
See you
here.
around.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Thanks so much for
I was showing your Instagram,
Yeah.
Racom Art, on the screen before. Yes. You want
Yeah. Thanks so much. I mean, glad to see you. Good to see you.
And who do we
Yeah.
have?
Here's
Fumidor. Hello, Fumidor.
Fumidor. Here we go. ¿Cómo estamos? Para subirlo.
I'm muted. There we go. Hello. How's it going? How you guys doing?
Oh, okay. You talk English. Okay, cool. Cool. So where are you at?
I normally live in Oregon. We talked, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, but right now I'm just sort of surprisingly in Israel. So I had to come here, not for tourist reasons, and I picked about the worst time. But so I'm kind of stuck here in Israel for a little bit. But anyway.
Okay. Here, I got to pick up the dog. Cool. So you're in, I didn't hear Oregon, yeah?
I'm from Oregon. Yeah, sorry, I don't have a very good setup here. I could probably
You're in Israel right now. Okay, Cool. Pardon. Yeah. Tony was just on. He is from Israel. Oh, yeah. Tony was just on. He's from Israel. Yes.
There we go. That might sound a little better. Is that a little clearer?
Okay, can you hear me okay?
I sure can.
Okay, cool.
Anyway.
So are you
awkward
locked down or anything over there?
No, but the streets are dead. Honestly, I'm in the north, basically, where there weren't any rockets really. Although I guess that's not 100% true. There's some rockets over in the Golan Heights apparently, but the streets are dead. Honestly, like everything's closed. Basically, only police are driving on the streets, like empty city buses and police. And yeah, it's a spicy situation for sure. So what can you do? It's really interesting because it's, well, interesting in a bad way. These problems already in the last 24 hours have touched basically everybody in this country. I'm an outsider. I'm kind of visiting. My mom's in the hospital and stuff, but I'm visiting basically because of that. And so I'm a little bit unrelated to all these problems, but it's really interesting to talk to people. The overnight hotel clerk last night was absolutely beyond himself because his niece was one of the people that was missing from that rave. I don't know if you guys heard about the rave. It was a rave basically for peace, and the terrorists came and shot up a ton of people and whatever. And he didn't know what happened to his niece, and I think to this point he might not know. So it's really something. Everybody you talk to, somebody has had someone touched by this. The other hotel that I was staying at last week, I'm still friendly with them because I guess I'm a friendly person. I like to talk to people. And that hotel clerk too, she has 4 brothers basically that were in the line of fire of all the rockets and everything. So it's a teeny tiny country, and everybody somehow has been affected by it.
Somehow they're touched directly.
Yeah. It's sad.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Well, like Tony said, a third of his crew was called up to
Wow. I believe
fight.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, let's hope for peace. I mean, it's about time.
Very soon.
Yeah.
Seems to always get a little bit closer, and then boom, some extremist event.
This is came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's what many people say because I guess Israel and Saudi Arabia were very close to maybe not peace, but at least reconciliation. Saudi Arabia was going to recognize Israel and so on, which of course is a really big step. We don't understand that because, how could you not recognize a country, right? But there's a lot of countries in the world that don't get recognized. That's part of the process of peace, I guess. And sure enough, it looks like Iran didn't want that. And so Iran probably gave the go-ahead for these actions. I mean, I'm not some kind of expert or something, but this is what I've just been hearing from people talking. So, yeah,
Man,
it's too bad.
Yeah. Anyway, I think also we have seen that in cannabis, when you wrote the first book in '83, things were really bad, and over time, in the last 40 years, you've seen all kind of revolution. There's still a lot of stigma.
Tons of stigma, but it's nothing like it used to be.
If you insist, there is a solution.
But see, here's the deal. After the Cold War, America needed another drug. I mean, they needed another war, and there was nobody to fight. So they chose the drug war. I mean, because they knew they couldn't win, and they knew they, had the moral high ground. And
I mean, we put that in quotation marks, right? Like, we know that the cannabis is a moral thing. That's one of the things that we should honestly push back on. Like when I look at people
not
angry
at the
and upset,
time.
cannabis is the answer.
Not at the time. They rolled over that. They steamrolled over that. Yeah, and well, now it's not a drug, or now it's not at war anymore. They've got all the other
places it is, but yeah. No, it's just, cannabis brings joy, and I feel like we don't appreciate joy enough in this world. We don't really talk about that kind of stuff, about how happiness and goodwill and joy are good things in and of themselves. They are goods, like, how do I say this? They are ends in of themselves. Like, we don't really appreciate the fact that we don't have enough joy in the world, and that's something that I think cannabis can bring to everybody. That it's not as if cannabis is going to bring world peace or something, but it could make people a lot happier and a lot less bitter.
Well, yeah, it seems to help all the people that you consume it.
Yeah. Yes. I think it was it's not the moment for jokes, but it was Ali G that was in the movie. He was suggesting
every moment is a moment for jokes.
To throw some weed.
That's one nice thing about it.
That'd be perfect. Oh, Ali G was the best.
Yeah, probably
That's
okay,
Sacha Baron
well,
Cohen.
anyway,
his family's Jewish, and I just wanted to say that the funny thing about the Jewish sense of humor is that they find humor at all times. One of the gifts
that's true.
joy.
I think we are having a small problem with your microphone.
Yes, is there? I'm sorry.
The microphone is giving a little bit of a strange Yeah, try to speak again. We could hear it a bit kind of noisy. Try again.
Okay, test. Does it sound
Yeah,
better now?
static, heavy
Static.
static.
Okay, I'll disconnect. Here, I'll disconnect.
Okay. Alrighty. Anyway, we also let's connect. There is Charlie connected. I see him. I will add him to the conference here. So we have three people connected here. Meanwhile, I see new people have come here. People from Fast Buds. We're gonna introduce them shortly. Hi, Charlie. Meanwhile.
Hey, Charlie. Turn on your microphone? Is your microphone on? Can you turn it on?
No. Nice.
There, it's on. A ver cómo va.
Yeah. We're having some microphone issues.
Yeah,
here.
there's some microphone issue.
It's not a live stream without audio problems.
Yes.
Audio. No worries. Oh, wow.
Okay, maybe Charlie, if you want to try to disconnect and reconnect, sometimes it's the best solution to fix this, because we can only hear funny funny noises coming from there.
Oh, this is the otro. Okay.
Yeah, it's outside.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, maybe that's just his voice these days. You never know.
Yes. And now we can hear you perfectly again, Julio, because probably
that's
related
ironic,
to the
right?
Bluetooth.
Yeah. I guess I was talking about earlier that jokes and joy are ending of themselves. That's all I was trying to say. Cheers.
Yeah, by the way, we're showing you that there's other people here at the place of Jorge on the terrace. There's going to be more people coming over for the birthday. So yeah, we just had this idea on the flight back and said, hey, it's your birthday, let's do something. And Jorge said, okay. But here we are, and we did it again.
Yeah, that was 4 days ago.
Yes. There was some jet lag to deal with. Meanwhile, the flight back from California is hard. I must say, jet lag wise, it's 9 hours of difference. You lose a day. But here you are, 70 and jet lagged and doing a live stream and celebrating.
Still jet lag. I still have jet lag, but getting by. Actually, I've been working and editing, but not that much. Basically, been swimming, doing a lot of swimming. That's good.
Nice. All right. Shall we maybe call in the guys from Fast Buds? Yes.
Oye, pues.
Sorry, we need someone from Fast Buds. Do you know anybody from Fast Buds? Yeah.
Oye, déjame hablar con los chihuahuas.
Yeah.
Okay, here, sit down here. This is.
We need 2 tables. Two chairs.
We need more chairs. More chairs. We have so much room here. Yeah.
I mean, you can sit in the center.
Yes, of course, in the center.
It's your
birthday.
Yeah.
And then plug it in. Okay, here we go.
All righty.
See, we're totally organized. All right.
So, by the way, this is the camera.
Hey.
Yes.
All right, here we are.
First of all, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
It's a great honor.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. We have Fast Buds to represent the flowering community here. So, we're celebrating birthday of this wise man.
Yeah. You got talk loud. Oh, yeah. Fast Buds, you guys, you gotta know them in America. Fast Buds are great. I mean, they're Autoflowers. Autoflowers are so
Not
cool.
only at this point we already have fast flowering, which is like for the period, but with shorter life cycle.
Okay. So if I plant my seed today, how long does it take until I harvest?
For instance, if you plant it at the beginning of spring, this is what we recommend.
Yeah.
You can harvest it somewhere in the autumn.
Okay.
About 9 months.
9 months. Okay.
But if you grow it indoors, it's as soon as you switch to 12 floor.
Yeah, yeah. And then it's like 2 weeks after that,
Perfect.
roughly, because it can be more or less. Yeah.
Also depends on your setup.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. It also depends on the fertilizer mix. You know.
Medium amount of stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But several things. You can like push them around a little bit. You know, it's a good deal. So yeah, yeah. But you really got known for the Autoflowers. Those were the first big ones that you guys did.
That's correct.
Because that really grew fast. Because it started, you know, like 15 years ago, really. And you guys are the ones that really got a hold of it and developed a lot of things quickly and marketed them properly. That's what I remember. But yeah, yeah. In fact, I was so impressed with the Autoflowers in America because that's what all the farmers are working with is autoflower plants. And I never would have guessed it, you know, that they'd be so cool. But definitely, yeah. And here, this thing keeps doing this. I don't know why. I think it's Stefan looking on his phone. Yeah, 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 yeah. So how's stuff going in America? Because well, like I said, I just got back from doing a big pheno hunt with Humboldt Humboldt Seed Company and visiting a few other companies. But I was amazed at how much cannabis they're going. And in the autos have started to really take hold there, but nothing like they have here in Europe. And so, how do you guys see this in the future for Autoflowers in America?
I think there is like a huge potential for Autoflowers, you know, because there is, I mean, there's still like a gap, you know, because people are not really keen into Autoflowering concept, you know, because maybe they seem to be not really, I don't know, let's say it's more like opposing maybe, you know, for cannabis community, you know, but I think just for home growers, for private cultivators, for beginners, I think it's a great tool, you know, to start doing something and to grow your first plant, you know, to understand how that work. I think it's the most important, you know. So let's say we're talking about like entry point consumers, like people who just started to understand what it's about, and yeah, and I've seen this in American Autoflower. You know, we got like the first prize, and there is like a huge interest, but it's not really like a hype around. So I think I believe we're gonna have like much improvements next year, hopefully. You know.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I mean, because for so many people, Autoflowers are really easy. I mean, just put in the seed and watch it grow. Well, it's a little bit more complex than that, but
So it's faster. Like you
yes.
can run 3 cycles compared to a photoperiod variety. Right.
okay, in this climate here in Barcelona, Spain. But what about other climates? Well, actually, you could probably get one squeeze a little bit more out here.
Oh, they're sturdy also. Like they can handle much more than you could imagine. And in fact, they're, for instance, gorilla cookie, anything containing gorilla is very sturdy, especially very resilient to pests, very forgiving to mistakes.
Good,
So, for
good,
instance,
good.
when someone who's just starting out is asking, what would you recommend gorilla cookies? Doesn't matter how many mistakes you can make, it will survive.
Really, really. So gorilla cookies is like, oh, okay. So can you open the door for the dogs are in here? The sun comes into my office about this time of day. And yeah, anyway, gorilla cookies, that's a good one. Tough, strong, and it just doesn't give problems too. I mean, you're talking about spider mites and what about the botrytis? Is that botrytis? You know, the bud mold. Does it get that, or is it resilient? Or I mean,
it's resilient, but I mean, when we're dealing with nature, nothing is 100%. This is
Yeah.
something that some people do not understand, and they think that as you start working with it, you start understanding it. That nothing is 100%, and that it's living organism. At the end of the day, it can die, it can get sick, it can die. But let's say you're having better chances. If you're having harsh or adverse conditions, or for instance, if you know that you will commit mistakes, For instance, in my current grow, I knew I wouldn't take too much care of the plants.
Mhm.
And I picked more resilient varieties, and yeah, they're getting problems, but let's say they're doing fine. Given
Cool.
that they're not taking, I'm not taking too much care of them. Given that I'm in a sense neglecting them, they're doing really great.
Well, good. No, that's true. You got to realize that there's something. Just a moment. Can we get that dog to quit barking? That it's. I just want that dog to quit barking. Can you get that dog to quit barking, please? Make that happen.
Maybe that's happening.
Yeah. Well, you know, nobody likes a barking dog. I mean, yeah. Okay.
Question for you: after 7
Certainly.
years of experience, what's in your opinion the criteria to pick for people who are just starting out? What would you recommend?
Easy stuff. Easy everything. First, pick soil. If you can, go outside. Is that dog on this side, or it just barks so much? Yeah. To make everything easy. First, start with soil. Don't try hydroponics. Get a very simple mix. You know, like a 2-part fertilizer or organic fertilizer. Start with clean water. Yeah, and if you can grow outside or in a greenhouse, not indoors. If you have to, grow indoors. But all of those things, everything to make it easy, and then choose a real easy to grow variety or
What are
strain.
your criteria as for easy variety? What do you consider easy variety? How do you pick?
Number one, that's one that's very, very forgiving. One that is not super. All of the distractions are difficult. Well, I'm not used to all this dog work. Yeah, one of the things. One of the things I look for. What? Just a moment, please. I'll make the dog quit barking. No, Stella, I can't concentrate. Make the dog quit barking. Well, yeah. No, it's just people show up. Yeah, no, everybody showed up on the chair. Yeah. Let's see. Easy things for a variety, or like I say, forgiving that's can take flexible with fertilizers. Some things like the hazes are super susceptible to any kind of over fertilization. Stuff that's not fussy on temperature and everything, temperature and humidity, and then also that's relatively bug or pest and disease resistant. Those are really big things. Yeah, and then flavor and everything else after that, that's a whole different thing. I mean, that's personal preference, but those are the things I look for. Like any kind of plant. Bulletproof, something really tough. Yeah.
So stick to the basics.
Yeah, stick to the basics and don't deviate, because when you change a lot of things at the same time, you don't know which thing affected the, if the plant's sick or if it's healthier, you don't know. Yeah. So yeah, all of that stuff.
So the dogs are not barking anymore. Yes.
Good.
What is there?
I mean, all of those chihuahuas. They showed up with
7 chihuahuas.
They showed up
Yeah,
with
the
7
same
chihuahuas all at
And
once.
they're small, but you can
7
definitely hear
chihuahuas. 7 chihuahuas.
Yes.
That's a lot of chihuahuas.
Yeah, that's one for each of your 10 years. Yes, see?
Very nice. Nice dog, but they're so excited about so many people.
Oh, yes.
7 chihuahuas. 7 chihuahuas. Good. So yeah, more people showed up.
Yes, Moises from Cannabis is here, Xavier from different seed companies, including
Okay.
resin. I don't know. He does so many things at the same
Oh,
time.
right. Javi. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
And yeah, Tony we saw before.
Yeah,
Their
yeah.
wives, their friends, more friends.
Okay,
I don't
cool,
even know.
cool.
There's more people connected.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah,
I have
you're
a
70.
but I kind of, yeah, I'll be 71. I'll be 70 in a day tomorrow. My
No,
God.
it's today.
Yeah, no, I'm 70 today.
Yes.
70 and tomorrow I'll be 70 in a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
tomorrow in 2 days,
So,
and probably in a year you'll be 71. Let me guess.
so what's it like? Who's out there on the terrace? Can I put that over here?
Yes, you put that over here. They don't know they're being filmed.
Okay.
Yes. And you can see, and this only shows part of it. not all
Okay,
of
it
it.
only shows. Okay, that just shows the part. You're right. Okay.
Okay, so Jorge StreamYard. That's a new one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, we're hanging out, waiting to see who's
Yeah, you can go
who's
in.
here.
If you want to take a break, I can show some pictures of our trip here.
Yeah,
So
that'd
you have
be a
you
good
have a, you
idea.
have you have a
That'd be a good idea.
beer with our Fastbuds friends, and you take a little break. Just be careful with the chihuahuas.
The chihuahuas,
They're
there's
gonna eat
7 of
you.
them.
They're gonna
I
eat
can't
you.
believe there. There's 7 chihuahuas.
Okay.
Okay, and Moises and Moscow, there's the beer. Can I have a beer? Yeah. Here, go ahead. Grab, there's beer and.
Marcel, ¿puedes bajar para justo? Está justo abajo. Alrighty, yes. Bajan para ti.
Bajan.
Okay, espérate. Call Marcelo, please. Call Marcelo. Alrighty, so sorry, we are improvising here. Charlie, meanwhile, I think let's see if we can have you with sound this time. Yes, here we have Charlie. Come, sit down a second. Okay. I didn't even know how to introduce you. Oh, we can hear you now. Perfect.
Oh, good. Oh,
So
that's
how
good. Yeah, I
do we
wanted
introduce
to.
you, Javier?
Just cannabis aficionado.
Cannabis aficionado. That's the camera, by the way. Yes.
Yeah.
Cannabis aficionado.
Yeah. Well, how about international farmer? I changed my pronouns.
International farmer. That sounds like fantastic.
LinkedIn accepted my request to be international farmer.
Okay.
And if it's official on LinkedIn, I guess it's official globally. So, right?
Nice. And Charlie, where are you connected from?
I'm from the Netherlands, from Holland.
Oh, nice. So we lost George, meanwhile, which needed to have a little beer, and it's his birthday, and we cannot say no. And you can see he's on the terrace over there, greeting also the new people that just arrived. I'm going to turn that one off because I'm not telling them I'm filming. And so they're going to have a hard time. I'm going to have a hard time later.
What was it like? That was good?
It was really good. And just, Charlie, maybe you want to introduce yourself. How do you know George? What are you busy with right now in your life?
Sorry, I didn't understand that.
No problem. If you could just introduce yourself, how did you meet George, and what you're busy with your life? How is George connected with your life? Maybe.
I've known George for about 40 years, I think.
Okay,
I met him
from the beginning of the books.
When we were both living in Portland, Oregon.
Nice.
Way back in the early days, and I helped him get his first book printed. I worked for
1983.
Yeah.
The 1983 one, yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
What was the title?
Marijuana Horticulture.
That's the original.
Yes.
The first edition.
The very first, and nobody wanted to print it, so they had to go basically photocopying by themselves. Yeah.
That was very clearly in the days of George Van Patten, right?
Yes. No, not George Van Patten, Jorge Cervantes, so with a wig.
With the wig.
With a wig, exactly. I'm going to show you just the cover in a second.
the black hair, the black beard. That was our introduction to many growers back in the day.
Absolutely.
Those fun videos.
So yeah, I have to go actually pretty soon. But could you make sure you give George my my best
No
birthday
problem.
greeting?
Definitely. And I just wanted to show. So this was the book. You can find it on jorgecervantes.com.
Yeah,
Is the
that's the one.
entire book story. Exactly. And that's the one from 1983. And maybe we're gonna at least get George to say hello to you. If you have one more minute to stay with us, I think he just was hitting the toilet. Yeah, and come back. Please, Javier, we're gonna speak to you.
I'll tell Jorge to come.
Yes.
With friends.
Nice. And then you speak with us.
Yes, I remember that.
Nice.
That was back in the day. Yeah. Wow.
Yes, and then there was another in '85, the second edition.
Yeah.
With already that concept of the light bulb, which then we can see goes on. Then there was, of course, the censored version, which was without cannabis. That was also part of the deal. Oh yeah, look,
I'm here.
Look who's here. Just 1 second.
I'm sorry.
We got Charlie connected.
Oh, hey, Charlie.
For 40 years.
Charlie, hi. How you doing? Hi, Charlie. How you doing?
All right, fine. I'm fine. Doing
Good,
great.
good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. Yeah, wish I could be there. It looks like good weather and it looks really nice there.
Oh yeah, beautiful
weather.
Yeah, it's way better than Nijmegen's.
Yeah.
You can see it on the terrace actually.
Right. Yeah, it's on. You can. It's still like 27 degrees today. It was 27
Celsius.
Yeah,
Celsius. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's good. Yeah, Charlie. I mean, we know each other for like more than 40 years. Yeah. From Portland, and he's up in Netherlands now, up in Nijmegen.
Yeah.
Nice. Perfect. Yeah, we were showing the cover of the first book from 1983, the first marijuana that the people didn't want to publish. No, that was the time when you had to wear a wig, and nobody wanted to publish anything about cannabis because it was so illegal.
That wig lasted quite a while, though.
Yes. How many years? 20 years of wig.
20 years. 20 years of wig. It's true. Yeah, 20 years of wig.
Oh
wow.
Here we have all kind of goodies popping up.
Oh wow.
Which I don't know if the community rules of YouTube, what's the story, we can show them or not, but we can smell them. They smell them. They smell perfect. They smell, my God, this is like a temple of kind of trichomes right now.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Oh my God, yes.
Cute.
And perfect.
Cute. Yeah. So it's good to see. How is everybody? How's Anna and your daughter and your son?
Everybody's fine. Yeah, everybody's fine. We have a new granddaughter. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have a new granddaughter. Yeah. So
really?
Unfortunately, our daughter lives in Georgia near Atlanta, so we're traveling back and forth. So.
Oh hell, that's
But
that's okay. At least it's like that. You're on the East Coast.
Yeah,
At
that's
least
true.
You're on that zone.
Yeah.
Because man, I'll tell you, I just went back over to America and came back, and it was so. I mean, it's 9 hours.
Yeah.
This is the 5th day, and so that's jet lag gets me.
Yes.
Not like before. It's the hell.
Yeah, we had. We traveled. Well, if we go to Georgia, then we always have to go to the West Coast anyway. So.
Oh.
The last time, so we had really brutal jet lag last time, but.
Oh no, you still have to go West Coast.
Yeah.
How's the harvest going over in Oregon this year?
Or no, he's in Netherlands.
Oh, I understand. Okay.
Yeah, we know each other from Portland, but he's in South Netherlands.
This is a bunch
Yeah.
of and
Yeah, they're starting.
Nijmegen.
Okay.
Nijmegen, right by the Wall River.
I have a friend growing the haze out there.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Nijmegen is the Amsterdam of the South, they call it.
Yeah,
Here.
yeah.
So it's very liberal and relaxed, and yeah, lots of students though, lots of students. So it's
I'll be there in a few weeks for Venlo. I'll invite you for that.
Oh, really?
The Phillips Signified Phillips facility. They have
Oh,
a
right.
research facility with Light for Food and Flightron.
And
they're doing an open house the
and
last
it's-
week of November.
and it's in Nijmegen?
It's in Venlo,
Venlo. Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking
but I'm sure
Eindhoven's their like capital.
Eindhoven's very near to them. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm sure we can make that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty burned out on traveling though.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, yeah.
When it's
We
now
were-
it's time to see some indoor plants, right?
we
'Cause
were-
your trip was all outdoor plants.
Yeah, we did outdoor like 90% or 80%. But we'd see really big things over there in America. A whole acre of cannabis at once. It's so different than what it used to be like. Really, really much different, man.
It's kind of like Morocco. I was there 4 times in the last month. And
Yeah.
Morocco was the craziest. I mean, I'd always heard about it, but just to see cannabis as far as the eye can see, and you look
Yeah.
in any direction, it's the first time
Yeah.
in your life when you really see something like that. It's
Yeah.
it's stunning. really.
Yeah, it's pretty
And I mean,
amazing.
it's by the side of the road. Literally, you can stop and
Yeah,
smell
it was like that in Colombia too, and where the NASA Indians were,
Okay.
because that's where they grow everything on the reservation. Yeah.
And they use it for flour.
No, they sell it. They would wait till it flowers and harvest the flowers and sell it to bark, and then the bark would sell it to the mafia.
Is it like prensado? Is it like seeded kind of stuff, or?
It was usually without seeds,
Mhm.
because everything was clones and stuff. Yeah. So, oh man. Well, this is good. Everybody's here. I got several people on the terraza now. Moises is here from Canyamol. Several other friends are here. Yeah, this is great. Tony's here from Israel.
Tony from Triphone, one of the premier growers over there.
Yeah.
Growing
Yeah.
the Fluence LEDs,
Yeah,
multi-tiered.
he's growing with Steve Babu.
That's right, Abud. Yeah.
Abud, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's real successful.
Doing really well.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Tony's a-
But he said they took a third of his guys. And put them in the army.
Yesterday.
Yeah,
The recruitment. That's
yeah.
very,
They
very
just put
sad.
'em- yeah, in Israel.
No, it's sad, and it's sad sometimes even having the give an opinion, even because you never know how people receive it.
Well, yeah, right. I'm just
It's complicated.
trying to stay away from opinions.
Yeah.
It's just facts. This happened. Well, that's good. So it's things are okay up in in Netherlands then.
Yeah, it's okay here. Yeah, I'm not too cognizant of what's happening in your field here, but I know they're starting a big
Dutch
project with they call it the state weed here.
Yeah, 10 coffee shops across the country.
Yeah.
And
The
we'll have
government has legalized plantations here for
Right.
for
Right.
a
Yeah.
limited
Several.
yeah.
Isn't
we
what's
met one
his-
at the Blues Party, the old owner of the original dampering, Phil,
Oh, really? He's at
with Ashwin Herb.
Yeah.
They're setting
Yeah,
up
this guy for
Collins Hope.
damping, and it wasn't
And Jack from the Plug is involved in another one.
yeah, but the guy from SSSC, Carol was he?
Oh,
in there?
correct.
Yeah.
From the Super Sativa Seed Club.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's
Yeah,
involved.
I thought he was. Well, I know they were making a bid for it. Everybody was. It seemed like it was so
It was a
complicated.
true lottery, I understand. It was like
Yeah, but there were pretty heavy parameters just to be able to play.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it was expensive just to get into the lottery. Yeah, yeah, a big thing. Oh man.
All right.
So yeah, good. So
You need a beer break? I can take over a little bit.
Yeah,
Who's to arrive meanwhile?
Oh, mientras tanto, okay. Yeah, yeah, I gotta, yeah, Moises is here and who's here now?
Chihuahuas have been
Subdued.
confined
Okay.
into the kitchen.
Yeah, yeah, outside. Okay.
Yes.
Better. Yeah, yeah, okay.
All righty.
Okay, good, good.
We don't have much of a stoner party, huh?
Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. Okay.
All righty. And thank you, Charlie, for connecting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. I'll
Okay. Bye
I'll
then.
check in later.
All right. So, yes, and this is live from the terrace. You can see Jorge greeting Justo, just arrived, another good friend from Barcelona, active in the seed business. And so there is a bit of hugging and celebrating on this birthday of Jorge. It's challenging to keep the live stream and the party going on at the same time, but we had this idea and here we are trying to juggle between things. Meanwhile, I thought it might be nice to also show you a few pictures from California. Yeah. Mhm. ¿Tú aquí tienes tu WhatsApp? All right, all right. So sorry for the little break. Si me puedes abrir tu WhatsApp aquí. Yeah. Well, we are still enjoying from Jorge's terrace, his 70th birthday. Maybe I just thought I'd show you some of the pictures from our recent trip to California as a exclusive. So yeah, we flew out from Barcelona directly to San Francisco. Let's see, we found a little Chihuahua restaurant in the airport of San Francisco. And then, of course, we started from Sonoma Hills. Sonoma Hills had some very interesting also experimental varieties of hemp with CBDV, THCV. beautiful farm on top of a hill, actually a dream farm. And here you can see the dream team from Humboldt, Ali and Jade, that were introducing the pheno hunt, and we've got Jorge going on a tractor there, which was fun to see. And here with Jade from Ed. Interesting to see all this outdoor beautiful cannabis grown legally. For us in Europe, still struggling with our laws to be able to do that. But it's always a great pleasure to be able to visit farms that are operating. I mean, with big challenges because the legalization has brought a lot of taxes, and there's been a lot of problems with the black market still pumping. Here you can see with Pink Jesus, the variety of Sonoma Hills, a beautiful variety. And here, obviously, Jorge with Pink Jesus. And then, of course, all the beautiful location, all the beautiful showrooms at Sonoma Hill with all the antiques here, how cannabis was sold in compounding pharmacies and formulated already many years ago before prohibition. And obviously here also testing all the flowers from Humboldt seed and Sonoma. They had beautiful dried buds, sun-grown organically, with those really candy tastes, very different from Europe. At least for me, that was really very interesting to see those plants alive in California with their candy, almost artificial sweet tastes, which make they're a big difference. Makes a big difference compared to what we have here in Europe. We are more used to those amnesia, to those hazes, and I think there in California there is really a culture. I feel more like a pastry course or visiting a pastry shop. All these incredible strong taste sugary varieties here with some seeds from Humboldt, which have been a great host for us. Here also with the manager of the Sonoma farms up there. Beautiful genetics, and obviously the pheno hunt here, highly beautiful to see also a lot of women active in the industry, actually leading beautifully here with Ben from Humboldt, great breeder with a lot of interesting ideas. They're also working with the university in UC Davis to bring out new polyploids, tetraploids, very interesting research being done. And they've done also a lot of genomics research at Humboldt Seed Company to be able to identify some groups. Actually, that's myself with those beautiful plants up there in California. And yeah, and then the pheno hunt, which was we were cruising everywhere and being able to appreciate from the same variety different plants with different genetics. And here I'm joined again by my friend Javier. What's your official English? It's
Javier, yeah,
Javier. Okay.
Javier. Yeah, you went to school with my wife. That's funny.
Yes, in the Italian side of Switzerland. That's funny. We didn't know each other at that time.
What a coincidence.
And here we are in Barcelona together.
Small world, huh?
Yes, I was actually commenting. Oh, look! We got some VIPs going on here. Hey, is that Dr. Gary?
Yes, how's it going?
Gary, necessary.
Gary.
How are you?
Gary Yates.
Very well, my
Gary
friend.
Yates. Yes.
I know who you are.
Father of Miles, beautiful
Yeah.
new kid, which is now 3 or 4 months old, more or less.
Yeah, between 3 and 4 months old. Yeah, correct.
And also a cannabis mega author. Is that right?
Yes, PhD actually.
Oh, my mistake.
Yes, that's by Dr. Gary. And together with Gary and Jorge Cervantes and myself, we wrote the We Grow Cannabis book.
I've given it to many people now. Send the link over to tons.
Thank you. How you doing, Gary?
Yes, very
We
well,
missed
thanks.
you in California.
Yes, I missed out big time on that one for sure. It looked like a fantastic trip. Did you get to try the Californian octane?
Of course, of course. I was actually showing some pictures. I can find the other. Let me see if I can find. Yes.
Yeah, just for context, that was my favorite strain that I tried in 2022. So after I came back from California, I met up with the guys at Humboldt again in Vegas, and Ben had this latest edition of genetic, which is Californian octane, and it just blew my mind. It was very psychedelic, tasted fantastic. Ben grew it himself, so obviously it was top notch. But what a genetic! Yeah, loved that. I'm interested to hear your opinion, Stefan.
Yes, so we were just commenting. I was just commenting some pictures here because we gave Jorge a little break to be able to go and enjoy a beer because obviously it's his birthday. But I was just commenting that during this tour, and this is actually the pictures from the Wild Leaf Farms. Actually, in this picture, I loved it. We were in the same car with Jorge and Ed Rosenthal, obviously, and that is Ravi from Saint Cecilia and myself. We were cruising together here, and we arrived in this beautiful farm in the area of Grass Valley, more or less. Is that a
10-pounder? It doesn't look like a 10-pounder.
Yeah, these are the old style. The beautiful thing of when you can go on a pheno hunt and with the mega plants is that you can walk around them, and there is so much space. Now, usually we are used to sea of green. Everything is like so compact. And what I was commenting is incredible how. And by the way, these are the very first ones. These are the octane that you were mentioning.
How do they clean up the insides?
Here you got me. But these are the octanes that you were mentioning, and a really beautiful taste, beautiful smell. Maybe why you find it so different from the rest, Gary? Because I know this is your favorite.
I was just, it's not so much like that. So I also tried the jelly donuts, which was fantastic as well. I mean, everything I've tried from those guys has been fantastic, to be honest with you. But that one just stuck out because it was the first one I've had in a long time it seemed to have a more psychedelic effect, if that makes any sense, where it felt a little bit more trippy in the effect, you know. So that's why that one stood out. But otherwise, a great profile, great smell and taste. But just a unique hit for me. Maybe it's just my biology on that one. I don't know.
No, I agree with you. It is, but it's not in the direction of the typical California stuff, which is all these muffins, blueberry pancakes. I felt like it was a pastry course rather than. And some of them are so strong, the sugary taste. It felt artificial to me. At least I have not seen some of these genetics really sun grown in California, and they become really. I mean, as a European, I'm not used to such sugary taste, which I enjoyed by all means. These, by the way, are the two owners of the farm, the Wild Leaf. They're two brothers, which work really hard to make things possible and legal, and all the permits and all the requirements. And I really enjoy their company. They are typical kind of California weed growers.
Are they capped at the amount of plants they can have?
Yes. They are capped, and then there is requirements of how the fencing needs to be done, and the toilets, and there's quite. It's not that easy to be totally
medical.
This is rec. This is adult use. Or maybe some of these plants were also medical because they have two locations.
Okay.
But in general, they applied for what I remember is adult use. Yes. And and so Gary, what would be your comment? Actually, here there's another picture with them, and this is Ben from. Humboldt, and Gary, what do you think? I mean, I gave my description, which probably is personal. I'm going to be finding some comments that say, "Who is this guy?" But how would you describe the differences, main differences between Europe and the US?
Oh, in terms of genetics?
Yes.
I definitely think the US stuff, the more modern stuff anyway, has a more it feels like a flavor explosion, if that makes sense. Whereas on the Europe side, we're used to our kind of more, I would say, blended. You know, like we get like I had a nice Amnesia Haze. It was a fast version, right? So that was like done in like 9 weeks, and it had this nice citrus note, but it also had this vanilla kind of smoothness to it. And that's what I found in the European genetics is you tend to have a kind of couple of dominants, you know, and different flavors can come in like pairs or even more so than that. And with some of them, I mean, this is obviously a massive generalization, right? But just broad strokes. With a lot of the modern US strains, I find that it's all the flavors in one direction. Does that make sense? You know, it's like it's really cranked up, and I don't know anything about necessarily difference in the profiles, whether that you know can be measured in that sense with terpenes and whatnot. But just in terms of experience, that's probably a broad stroke that I would make. Yeah.
I agree with you, and it's really like two tendencies, no? It's like European group and American group. I feel it's not they're not going even parallel, no?
Well, I mean, one thing I would add, and this I saw over the last 10 years or so, with a lot of foreigners coming to Barcelona for the cannabis clubs, especially with the UK and the younger generation, and they would many times auto-denominate themselves flavor chasers. And you know, back in the day when we were smoking, flavor was maybe second or third to potency and yield in these things. But now in the USA, we have breeders who are growing for structure and terpenes as the focus, not necessarily high THC, not necessarily high yield. And then over here, the more elite smokers are still requesting everything that's very, very flavorful and terpy. So as far as it's just, you know, one dimensional or not, but certainly the global, at least in the UK and the US, smoker has become more conscious of the fact that there are a more bountiful experience as far as a terpene, and it doesn't have to be something that's bland. And I think that's been proven in the sense that, you know, people are kind of straying away from things like you know, Gorilla Glue and or you know, things that are very, very strong, they're very hashy, but you have a limited terpene profile. And sometimes we'll go for something that has an even lower THC level, you know, like Skittles or something like that. That's maybe 15 or 16%, but that can still be all the rage. So this is for me one of the major incongruencies that both in the USA and in pharma cannabis in Europe, where the market is driven by high THC flowers, but the reality is that most smokers aren't necessarily looking for those high THC flowers unless they just go to a dispensary and they don't know what they want, and then the bud tender just says, hey, you know, take this, and it's the easy choice. But we all know that no one ever buys their liquor based on that. You know, it's always about the flavor. So one day I think things will start calming down, but we do have a big problem, I think, especially in Europe, with people pushing high THC as the only solution, especially for medical users. They don't want 30%.
And I think it's a problem also in North America, but probably there when you have you know, legal access and adult use available, then you can finally start to really, I mean, the fact that you can walk in a field and okay, this is that variety, this is that variety, and legally, you know, smell it and point it. We had those tables where we had to say trichome density and beautiful entire system for the pheno hunt by Humboldt County.
So were there unicorns, or was everything pretty much like stable in the field?
No, so they had maybe of the same genetic, maybe 20 different plants, no? And you wanted to find which one, and of some you can really see they've reached a very nice uniformity, because the difference, I remember, for example, there was this blueberry pancake, I hope I'm saying it right, and blueberry muffin. There were two different, and you could smell the difference between the two lines, but between plants there was very little difference.
So how do they pheno hunt when they're so similar?
And but there's usually a few that stand out, and what they really were looking for is the ones that are new. If there is something there, but the names were just too complicated for me to remember. There was one with Granny, I remember, up there in the top hill. And there you could really see there was difference, and they already have like an objective. Okay, they wanted to go for, it has to be sugary, etc. And then they say, oh, which one fits these objectives.
And what other parameters, like a disease resistance,
also
mildew?
Obviously the first pheno hunt is more like intuitive. I like that. You're just walking there, you don't know the THC levels yet, you don't know the terpenes levels yet, and you're just looking at the plant, its architecture, trichome density. Actually, Gary, you've done the pheno hunt last year, right? So and what is your impression there?
Yeah, I was slightly later in the season, so there wasn't as much on the field. So we kind of concentrated more on this few that was still growing up in the northern farm up in Humboldt. But yeah, what really stuck out was the range of there was one they were working on. I can't remember. It was something like chicken and waffles or something they called it. It's fried chicken and waffles, and it's just like you smell it and then you get those tones, and it's like that is insane for me. Like the level those guys have taken it to push in directions, like with the flavor profiles, and yeah, that's what stuck out. Everything that was already selected as a winner was off the chart in terms of what it felt on the nose. I didn't get to try them all because they were still a bit wet, obviously, but I tried a few of them and it was just fantastic, man. But yeah, I was interested after I spoke to Ben after that time and what they were doing for this year. I'm gutted to have missed out on it, but it sounds like I'll get a good lowdown from you guys next time we see each other. So I look forward to that. You guys, what did you take away from it, Stefan, and what did Jorge think about it as well?
Oh, so it was very difficult to convince George in the first place because the flight is long and things, and I really wanted to have some fresh pictures of him with cannabis, before the birthday, so we can update it, and also the opportunity of checking out what's going on in California, which I believe is still the engine of a lot of cannabis innovation in the world. I mean, it's a tough market with a lot of very, almost difficult to please clients, I would say. They all want the best of the best, unlike here in Europe where we are still trying to find our north, I would say. Yeah. And so the opportunity was great, and at the beginning it was difficult to convince him, but once he was there, he was totally happy and inspired, and saw a lot of good old friends, and was touring and he was the last one to leave always every garden. Also the fact that we were seeing different locations with different growing styles, different philosophies, some smaller, some bigger, some kind of community managed, very different styles, and that was very inspiring. I think it's and all in the relaxed fact that that the license is hanging and everything is legal, and if something happens, the cops, they come to help you, not to create another problem. So to me it was very, very enriching. Yeah. Oh, and I think there's someone connected.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. How is Tom doing?
Very good, thank you. How are you doing? Welcome back.
Nice to see you, Tom.
How was your trip to the US?
Absolutely beautiful. We were just discussing it. So nice to see the differences. So nice to see the different growing styles. We have given Jorge 3 minutes to get a beer, grab a beer. Actually, you can see him from the live terrace. What's going on here in Barcelona? We still have a few, but now, hey, look who's coming! Look who's coming!
There he is. Happy birthday!
Hey. Happy birthday, Jorge! Many happy returns.
Happy birthday!
Oh, hey, man! Thank you.
Yeah, we got this.
Very good to see you.
To make them bigger?
No.
You're so
Are you having a good time?
All right.
I'm sorry to join a little bit late.
California was great. Had a great time. Could not believe all the stuff that they're doing there. Learned a ton of stuff. It was all new to me.
I think they're at the top of their game, aren't they? They're doing some big scale.
Pardon?
They're at the top of their game, I think, doing big scale pheno hunting. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the thing is they got Richard Pilmbrook over at the lab, and he's doing stuff with his with scientific instruments. They're running down everything. They've got actual answers to stuff. They're not like making shit up.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the part I like.
Yes, me too.
Data is key, and not all breeders can say that they have as much data as these guys, or anything near as much as these guys.
No, and the thing is, they've got a real good attitude because they go, well, this is what we know so far. We don't know anything beyond this. We can't prove it. We think this might happen, but that's about it. I mean, they're staying true. They're not putting stuff out super early.
Yeah.
Yes.
Test it all before they sell it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So with your permission, we're going to open a little champagne here.
Oh, please.
Do we have your permission?
Yeah,
sir?
sure.
Okay. So it's the idea is to celebrate. You're 70 today. How does it feel to be 70? I haven't asked you.
Is that a rhetorical question?
No, I'm curious.
What does it feel like? Well, it feels like I'm 70. It feels like I'm fucking old.
No, I must say he was complaining most of the time before. No, we cannot go. And then he was the one that we had to take him out of the fields every time. Hey, Jorge, let's go.
Actually, it was really good hanging out over there. It was really a good deal.
Absolutely.
Good. And the jet lag wasn't too bad then.
Yeah, we are still partially in jet lag, I would say. We are.
Yeah. I still have jet lag.
Yes.
I just thought you
have 4 days back.
I just wake up after lunch usually, which is about 4.
Me too. I've been sleeping until 4. Staying up until 4 a.m. and then sleeping until 1 p.m. for the last 3 days.
That's normal for you, though, Stefan, isn't it?
Yes. But it was worth. We also visited Atlas and saw your banana. What? Help me, Gary. What was the?
Oh, that's strawberry banana
jealousy.
Banana jealousy.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's right.
It really smells intense like banana. And then there was another one which was I have so many varieties at my.
I know.
And all the pancakes and all the cupcakes and the gelato.
Did anything really stand out for you guys?
What was standing out? What I remember from Atlas was really the banana.
Yeah,
the banana was very unique fragrance in my opinion. Like stands out for not being kind of usual.
What stood out to me was the trifolia.
Cheers, guys! By the way,
or not trifolias, but
cheers.
Salud.
Salud.
To your health, Jorge.
The triploids. The triploids.
The triploids from Humboldt.
Those were really that was
interesting. Yes.
Whole new direction there.
Yes. I also enjoyed at one point they were showing us. Let me see if I can find it quickly. But they were showing us that they made some together with UC Davis, so the university. They were able to do some genomics. I think they're taking, I don't want to say something stupid, but 18,000 points on the genome through SNPs. And so they are now able to, they made it for all their genetics, and they're now able to create groups. I'm sure Gary can say more meaningful things that I just said. Because he has a PhD in genetics, and I'm not even going to try to compete. But meanwhile, I'm looking for this picture, and maybe then Gary, you can tell us why that is.
What you were trying to say, I think what it is you have certain points in the genome, so each plant has a slightly different, version of the genes. So you have you have an array that looks at different points for differences. So then you end up finding, you know, different combinations. So you can then start grouping the plants through certain, you know, genetic characteristics, essentially. So that's a really
that's exactly what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yes, and this was on a hilltop. Actually, Ravi from Sensi Seed was also there. Nice people from everywhere. Ed Rosenthal was there together. People from High Times.
Ellen, the new editor from High Times.
Yeah, and
she came from Culture Magazine in Southern California.
Yes, and this is Jorge not liking the plants as usual. Yes. And then I am just because at night after we had this beautiful dinner up there in this hilltop, which is kind of a community. This is actually
there's
Richard from UC Davis. So he was doing the genomics and tetraploid studies. And so we had this beautiful dinner where what was it a goat or was it a sheep? Sorry,
it's a lamb.
It's a lamb. The entire lamb was grilled in front of us and all kind of old style. And then there was a short presentation by Richard showing the initial data on genomics. Sorry guys, you see this is everybody had their own map, and then we had to give different punctuations to specific plants that were indicated. So it was well organized. Here you see Halish is giving out all the things. But long story made short, what I'm looking for was not found yet. It's not here.
What are you looking for?
For that picture of Richard showing the genomics.
Oh yeah. When you show all the
I need to look for the text. Yes.
The screen. That was at night when he's showing the screen.
Yes, totally.
Okay, yeah. That was at night, the presentation.
Yes.
In the evening, that'd be around the food.
Yes,
actually.
the food is here, and why I don't find him. Anyway, long story made short, it's good that seed banks are trying to start to look into the genome. I mean, what is saying right now? It's about $80 per test, so it's also more affordable. And I think it shows who's doing the real work versus who's doing the photocopy of the photocopy.
Well, you can't get by with that anymore. If people want original stuff, and since you don't have to move every year or be afraid of the police, you can actually put down roots and grow in the same location year after year.
Exactly, and do it on scale as well, right?
For months.
Yes. Come again, Tom. Sorry.
And do it on big scale as well, from what I saw.
Yes,
that's essential.
Totally big scale. You're totally right.
I didn't see anything there, not in that file.
Yes. And then what else besides that? There was.
How was
farms?
Extraction place, Stefan? Was it?
Sorry?
Is it the extraction place that you went to? The processing facility that make all the
Purities.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Seems that they're a step ahead as well, right?
Totally.
Very impressive place.
So
yes.
Did you sample some of those concentrates?
Yes.
The process was real interesting. You want to explain it or?
No. You can explain it. And we can also show some pictures.
It was really interesting because they took fresh frozen and squeezed it, and then squeezed the resin out of it, and then that resin they'd separate into cannabinoids and terpenoids.
Right.
And then from there, they would decarboxylize the cannabinoids, and then the terpenes and stuff. They would do nothing to them, and so they didn't volatilize. And then afterwards, they mix them back together, and you get, and there's a few other little details in between there, but the deal is it's totally stable. It lasts for years. And then on top of that, yeah, here it is.
This is the flower after the extraction, where there is an efficiency of 98%. You were saying, so 98% of cannabinoids are gone, but it still looks like buds.
Yeah,
because it was fresh frozen and then extracted in cold temperatures. So amazing what they're able to do there.
Yeah, and that was very impressive to me. And then, but the cool part was they put them back together, cannabinoids and terpenes together. So it tastes just like the original plant. It's amazing, just like the original plant, and it's stable for years, And it's in a little vaporizer, and it was my favorite, bar none. I loved it, guaranteed. Yeah, it was really good.
And they were doing that with lots of the varieties, or was that with one variety?
Different varieties, yes, and it changes completely. Also, the taste when you're inhaling from this little. You see, at the end, it's a ceramic little vape pen.
Yeah, this one.
You don't need to press any button. You just put your lips on it, inhale, and it works. But the taste when it's fresh frozen and done with their method is completely different. It really tastes like flour. And what they say is oil don't spoil. And they go from what was that? From pot to pen.
Pot to pen. Right.
Exactly. So they have a slogan for each and one of the operations. But yeah, incredible. And also here, then they what you saw before, a little white. They have to put in vacuum ovens. So they take away all the rest, and it kind of evaporates, and then they have these incredible mixes here.
They had like 50 tons of cannabis concentrated like in a little corner over there.
Totally.
In 1 quart jars. It was really amazing.
Then, guys.
So,
you hear me?
Come again, Gary, sorry?
How much does it cost for like a gram or a milli of that stuff then?
I don't know.
I
mean, I never paid any attention to the cost or anything.
Yeah, I mean, the pen was retailing in dispensaries at about $50, and it lasts for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah,
you can recharge the battery, but you cannot refill it yet. It's new ceramic because it's all new, and they don't have the rechargeable, but they're working on it. But the taste is unlike anything I've tried before.
It's the best.
To the point that previously big extraction labs that were working with CO2 are now converting to this fresh frozen low butane propane extraction, because the difference is noticeable. I mean, it's really so much more.
It retains the flavor, right? Because you don't lose it in extraction or decarboxylation. Yes,
and it's also throughout the lifespan of the cartridge, it doesn't lose. It's like always like fresh. It's not like or a joint at the beginning. It's more fresh, and then when it gets to the end, it's kind of accumulated all the tar and the burnt parts of the oil. Here is not the case. Every time you inhale, it's like a fresh taste of clean. Oil don't spoil.
It really doesn't.
And
these guys really have it together. But the trick is to making a product like that is it takes a lot of cannabis. We just don't have that much cannabis in Europe to make this stuff here. You know, I go over to my culinary club to have lunch when I come back, and I'm dismayed that there's not any cannabis left, and I look around and people go, it wasn't me, and I thought, no, that's not the point. The point is we don't have like an abundance for everybody. We should have this abundance, and that's what they have in America. That just really struck me hard. That they got way more doubt than us, guys.
But the value a lot, though, it's a consequence of that, though, right? As well.
Pardon?
the values dropped out of it a little bit because of the amount.
They were selling it. They were selling. I don't want to mention the name right here, but it was for guys that we all know, $150 US for machine trim flowers for a pound. 454 grams of flowers for $150 US.
Wow, that's quite sad. Because
you got to sell a truckload of that, you know. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And they have several acres, these guys. They have to.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, every situation comes with new problems. They have they have the black market. They have
Okay.
everything.
Tony.
Yeah, Tony is leaving. He's going back. Tony, our friend from Israel, from Taikomar, is leaving from the terrace. We have multiple situations going on here. You can see this is the terrace of Jorge. It's full of people, the friends from Fastbuds. Justo is here, Cannabis magazine, residencies, yes.
Amazing.
Nice. I'm still looking for that picture I wanted to show you.
Oh yeah. No, that's it's not that was the ones from San Francisco downtown.
Yeah.
But
we just took so many pictures of everything.
It's amazing.
It's crazy.
But it's really impressive just how much cannabis is there. But I'll tell you, the deal is there's only a few really big movers and shakers, or people that are actually have access and funds to make scientific studies. And those are the guys that look like they're going to move ahead way faster than anybody else, because we're at that point now in this industry, and we all really need to move. Yeah.
Come.
Oh, okay. Ven.
Ven.
Oh, tira.
You know this guy, right?
Yeah, más fuerte. No, tira fuerte. Sí. No. Estamos grabando aquí. Aquí está.
Ven aquí.
Está el video.
No hables ahí. Ven aquí. Que se vea.
Ponte tú aquí al lado.
Que se vea.
Hola, Justo.
¿Qué hay?
¿Cómo estás?
Bien. Aquí y Javi, aquí está.
Javi?
Sí, se ve. Se ve la cara. Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Going on? How up? Take my hand off.
Good to see you.
Yeah. No, and we all change our appearance. Well, not all of it. Change our appearance sometimes, and it's for the better.
Somebody have to run now and get on with dinner and such, but good. Happy birthday again, Jorge. Good to check in, and hopefully we'll catch up soon.
Yes. We need to do another live from Barcelona with you.
Yeah.
At that time, I'll have all the pictures sorted.
Nice.
We are still kind of fighting with jet lag here.
Okay, well, good luck. I'm sure the alcohol and the cannabis will help with that.
Yeah. The alcohol helps a lot.
For the moment.
Oh, wait, Terry, don't go.
Okay, yeah. No, pues, oye, sí, están por ahí. No pasa nada. Están aquí, pues.
Okay, so I should have it. Look at this.
Okay.
Doody.
No, estamos mirando cosas de genética.
Cosas de genética. So this should be it. Yes, I have it.
Oh, gracias. Oye, échame un poco si no puedo hacer el brindis sin... Claro que sí. Un doble.
Alrighty, so this would be the picture. You see, cheers. Salud. This was actually, that's the hand of Richard, and he was presenting that through SNPs and genomics, they are now able to create categories. Kush, Afghani, Haze, and in the autos, they're all there, but there's probably news there on how it's possible to expand it. But maybe we keep that for a, we could do a live stream with Richard and Gary. How's that for a?
Yeah. Well, okay. What I see is more important to write this down and do
An article.
an article.
Yeah.
Because people just won't watch this shit. Because
I'm not supposed to say bad words on YouTube live. I have big fines for 7-year-olds.
They just won't watch it.
Salud. So maybe Gary, what is your comment when you see this picture with no further explanation?
It looks like to me they've got a group in there of all the different strains, and they've categorized them. The circles are probably, families basically within the subset, and probably the closer you get to the center, the more common the traits are. I don't know for sure. I don't know what I'm looking at, but that's what I would guess.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Anyway, let's pick up the idea of Jorge. Let's put an article together. We have a lot of pictures. We're in contact with Richard, with UC Davis, with Humboldt, and then maybe we do a live where people can also chime in and ask their questions, and you can also be there. I have heard all your ideas on transcriptomics. I mean, Gary can speak for 2 hours about genetics, and at the end you're having an identity crisis. That's why I love it.
Yeah, or you want to go to bed, because you're falling asleep.
Yes. Or you want to become a plant.
Go straight there.
Yes, exactly. But jokes apart, I think it's fascinating to see proper research with proper science. No more, hey, some clone was flown in by some guy that we don't know who he is.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we are looking at the DNA, which is the reason the plants are alive, right? So
yeah,
why not?
Yeah, no, it's the way to do it for sure. And it's just we're just at the beginning as well. So lots more to come in that direction. I can guarantee that. So onwards and upwards.
1,000%. So
good.
How much is 1,000% multiplied by 70 years?
Right, guys, I'm out. Happy birthday.
I was with him for 17 days.
Yes, he survived.
Before you leave. 17 days with this guy.
Yeah. Yes. And we would always speak in Spanish so we could swear at each other because everybody was polite.
It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier. No.
Hey, this is live. We're gonna your accounts, and we already got hacked on Facebook, but that's solved.
Have you managed to get that back?
Yes.
100%.
Marcel did a fantastic job with Facebook support, which I believe is probably not the easiest thing in the world.
Wendover, they're both trying to get through.
Yeah, but there is a link and they're not using it properly.
I don't know.
Anyway, but yeah, so far so good. Perfect.
Excellent.
And Tom, when are we going to see you?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. Barcelona, I hope before the end of the year for sure. We've got one trip to Vegas in end of November, I think, but maybe towards the end of October or something.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, we're looking forward.
Yeah, still warm.
Exactly. It's a bit overdue as well.
Nice.
Oh.
Well, I've got to leave you as well for your party, as I've got dinner as well with the kids. But wishing Jorge a very, very happy birthday and a good rest of your party.
Okay. Okay.
Venga, Moisés. Thank you, Tom. See you.
Gracias y buenas.
Bye, gracias.
Chao, chao.
Sé que estamos un poco aburridos.
No, vete, siéntate un minuto. Tienes que mirar ahí. Saluda y Jorge, justo. Jorge, tú también. Español. Un poquito de español. ¿Qué pasa?
Coño, todos los chihuahuas que vienen aquí.
Dile que se caiga el chihuahua.
No, el único que ladra es este.
¿Cuál es el sitio? ¿Dónde tengo que mirar? ¿A la cámara aquí mirar?
Aquí, la cámara está aquí.
¿Hay que mirar a la cámara o a la
Claro, claro, pajarito.
Hay que mirar a la cámara. Hola, ¿qué tal?
Oh, wow.
Pues oye, que pases un gran día.
Sí, gracias.
¿Tú piensas que mañana?
Oye, ¿sabes lo que me ha dado? ¿Sabes lo que me ha dado de fregado? Esto, este gran disco que es este cabrón que está...
Es un disco de Jerry Mulligan de 1953.
53.
La música que sonaba en su tierra cuando él nació.
El mismo día, el mismo año. 1953.
Y
70 añitos.
tú ya sabes lo que pasa cuando se tienen 70 años, ¿no? Lo que pasa es que mañana toda la gente que tú pensabas que era más mayor que tú resulta que es más joven.
Pero hay una cosa, nunca serás tal como tantos años, nunca tendrás tantos años tal como parece.
No, eso es un poquito más. De guapo.
Chao, Moisés. Viva Cáñamo.
Ok, Moisés.
Ya hablamos.
Venga.
Chao. Dile a Justo que venga un minuto.
Justo
está vendiendo el piso.
Entre Justo.
Oye, pues ya.
Jorge
Y el David y Wendover están tratando de
Dile que le den el enlace.
No, ¿cómo lo hago yo? David.
Entre tú y Justo se cubre todo el espectro de cannabis, ¿sí?
Si tú lo dices. Oh, they are calling you Grow God. Cervantes Grow God.
¿Dónde está el enlace?
El enlace se lo envié yo 3 veces.
¿Te los envías tú?
Sí, pero ya no se lo había enviado.
¿Fotos?
No.
Dice que...
Whoever wrote the Bible is what?
No, esto no es mi aquí. Maybe we can just suspend it here. We are already 2 hours into the story.
2 hours?
Okay. Are they going to be able to?
I don't know.
And then send
here, I could call David.
Yes. Yeah. But it's the link that. No, it has to stay. Alrighty, so we're still live from Jorge's terrace. You can see it's now almost night. Here we have Justo joining again.
No has perdido
¿Estaban
nada.
repartiendo pasta o qué?
No.
A mí que me llamen cuando se reparta.
Ole. Salud.
Salud. Y por sal,
Salud.
canut. Y el canut es un monedero.
Sí, un poco.
Claro. Y otra cosa. No, monedero.
Esto es muy bueno, de lo fino. Esto es
Está bueno.
Gran Brut.
Sí,
¿Sabes lo que eres tú? Un gran.
No, más brutal que
Eres un gran Brut.
más brutal que todo.
Gran Brut. Ok. ¿Y sabes lo que se dice con del tapón de los 70?
No, me muero.
Ah, mira, Wendover.
¿Dónde estás, pues?
Wendover.
Hey, hi.
Hey. Okay.
Live from California.
Hey.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to you. All right. Good to see you guys.
Happy birthday, Jorge! Have the best.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
70s.
God, I can't fucking believe it. 70 years old.
And look who's there, David.
Hey! Okay, so exercise. All right. All right. Yeah, we got to.
I made it right at the end.
Buenos días. Estamos con champán with cava.
Yeah, I've been listening to the whole
Hi
thing.
from San Francisco.
I'm in.
Happy birthday.
I'm in Seattle.
Thank you. God,
Happy birthday.
still got jet lag from San Francisco.
Hi guys.
Hey, Sasha, how you doing?
Jorge.
Hey.
I'm sorry, man. It's like, I forget my iPad at 6 o'clock and just come back to home. And I want to celebrate, with you, with everybody.
Yeah, good you chimed in.
Yeah. It's 70.
I'm happy you called.
Just born, yeah?
Yeah, 70 years old now. 70 years today. Pretty amazing. So are you in Russia now or no?
No, I'm in Prague. I've been in
Still in Prague,
good
okay.
restaurant, and I just look at my iPad to get congratulations to your birthday with these people, with the band, and I forget it. I just forget my phone to home, and go out. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm in time, and I'm happy to be with you.
So we have San Francisco, we have Seattle and Prague connected with Barcelona, right?
Yeah.
Finally.
But in Russia, everybody celebrates your birthday. It's like,
Okay.
in Zagi, the people love you, and in Thailand, guys also celebrate your birthday. Everybody knows.
All right.
Beautiful.
All right. They even sell mushrooms. Mushrooms with my name.
You do kind of look like a mushroom, actually.
All righty. So nice that you could all chime in and connect. I think we're gonna hit the terrace here. We are slowly getting into the champagne. We did 2 hours of streaming. Thank you to everybody that connected.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Jorge. See ya.
Happy birthday, Jorge.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much, everyone. And we're looking forward to 70 more years. Okay, bye, guys. Thank you so much.
We'll see you in Spain. We'll see you in Spain.
See you in Spain. Yeah, come for Cannabis. Yes.
Yeah, in Cannabis. See you in Cannabis.
See you in Spain.
Jorge, Happy birthday to you.
Ciao.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jorge.
Dear Jorge, happy birthday to you. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao, man.